All right, I'd like to call to order tonight's Board of Education meeting on June 16, 2026. Time now 7:30. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, everyone, for coming tonight. If I sound a little weird, I had 3 wisdom teeth pulled today, so yeah. So we'll excuse me if I mispronounce anything or.
We'll get through this together.
We'll get through it. At this point, I'm going to turn it over to Mrs. Muscarella for the superintendent's comments.
And at this point, I'm going to turn it over to our student members to go first. Leah Muldoon. Leah, for your very last report.
Thank you. The seniors had a great end of year events happening. The Scholastic Awards were a success, recognizing seniors for academics, athletics, and community involvement. Yearbooks were handed out in advisory, giving seniors a chance to write notes to their friends. Graduation caps, gowns, and cords were also handed out. The seniors are looking forward to graduation held on Thursday, June 25th, as well as looking forward to the prom, which is the night before. Seniors attended a good decision assembly earlier in the week, which basically just went over how to be safe on prom night and throughout college. We returned to our elementary school to walk the halls one last time. It was really cute. All the kindergartners lined the halls. They cheered for us. They made signs for us. We got to see some of our old teachers, and it was really a great experience that all the other grades are looking to continue. The following day, we had our senior barbecue. The student council was able to raise enough money for a food truck, ice cream truck. The PTA had food for us. It was beautiful weather. It got a little hot, but we got a chance to sign yearbooks again and get the teachers to sign our yearbooks. And then the other grade levels are also planning for an exciting next year by picking out the theme, which will be Star Wars. And they have exciting plans to start new traditions next year. Athletics, baseball headed to Binghamton for stakes after their county and Long Island championship wins, and flag football also made it to counties. And to end the year, the Regents exams and finals are continuing through the last weeks of June. Thank you.
Just suck momentum up at the podium.
Go for it.
I'm brave when nobody's gone before. Right. It's on. There we go. So good evening and welcome to our June 16th Board of Education meeting. To the families, friends, administrators, teachers that are here. As I stand here tonight at our final board meeting, for me anyway, I want to just say how much I've reflected on how fortunate I've been to have spent this part of the season of my career here in service to this remarkable district. For me, this experience has been especially meaningful because Plainedge has always held a special place in my heart. Years ago, I had the privilege of serving as a principal in one of the schools. Rhymes at best, but we won't mention it. I was told long ago never to say this. I did have the privilege of serving there, though, and to return to Plainedge as an interim superintendent has really been one of the greatest honors of my professional life. Coming back felt a little like coming home, seeing a lot of familiar faces, connecting with those people, working with the most amazing administrators and the teachers as well, witnessing the growth of former students. In fact, my 5th grade students, Leah being one. Okay, I'm taking all the credit for you now. I tend to do that. They were my 5th graders, and now they're seniors and graduating, so we've all come through this part together. Once again, being part of a community that deeply cares about its children. Throughout this year, I've witnessed extraordinary dedication from our Board of Education members who lead with purpose, to our staff who pour their hearts into their work every day, and to our students who continually remind us why the work matters. Together, we celebrated achievements, faced challenges, solved problems, and never lost sight of what is the most important, the success and well-being of every child. Nowhere is that success more evident than in the outstanding achievements and exciting milestones we're celebrating across the district as the year comes to an end. First, congratulations to the Plainedge High School baseball varsity team for an extraordinary season. The team earned the titles, as Leah said, of Nassau County champion, Long Island champion, and then went up to Binghamton for the state championships. And they did well, but somebody's got to win. They didn't, but they did win the Long Island championship. So that's quite to their testament. Actually, the last game they played in Long Island, they're so committed. Literally was thunder and lightning. They stopped the game, and the lightning bolts were big. They were very large, and I'm sure those kids had metal bats. But they put them down for a little while and picked them back up a couple minutes later and kept going the same night so that they can get that game under their belt. So they're very brave and very committed. Their incredible accomplishment and dedication to this sport, really dyeing their hair blonde, showed their major commitment to baseball. We also proudly celebrated our second college signing day, recognizing student athletes who have committed to continuing both their academic and athletic careers at the collegiate level. Their hard work and perseverance, commitment have led them to the exciting achievement. They are Anya Adams for track and field at Adelphi University, Alexis Doyle for track and field at Long Island University, Ava Antonacci, cheer. There is a quote that says, leadership is not about being the best, it's about making everyone else better. And Leah, you have embodied that philosophy in every role you've taken on. Your leadership is so evident that you were selected, I forgot it over there, I gotta forget. You were selected by New York State's semi-quincentennial, I practiced that for so long, I'm saying it, semi-quincentennial, because I kept saying quintessential, it didn't work. Semi-quincentennial, I'm not gonna say it again. Well, anyway, you were selected by that commission under the direction of Dr. Betty DeRosa, who's on that commission, for your tireless leadership and unwavering commitment to your education and our liberty has not only reached New York State, but it's embodied the very ideals upon which they were founded 250 years ago: courage, service, unity, and freedom. So Leah, you represent the very best of Plainedge. While you will be missed tremendously, we know that your future is bright, and we cannot wait to see the impact that you will have on the world. But before we do, I need to give you your little certificate and book. And come on up, Leah. Okay, so Leah, this is from the semi-quincentennial committee. And this is from the Board of Education and myself for all that you've done for this board and just being a great student, ex officio student official on the Board of Education that you are. It's a blanket from Maryland, just so you know. I would like to introduce John Santamaria, who will talk about Jackson Lehman.
Good evening, Mrs. Mascarello, Board of Education, Central Administration, those in attendance and those watching at home online. I couldn't be happier here today to celebrate Jackson Lehman. Earlier this year, the New York State Kids Safe poster contest took place. This is a great collaboration with my Computer Science Essentials lessons on the topics of cybersecurity and online safety issues, which I believe is the most important thing that the students will learn in my class. The goal of this contest that the state has ran annually since 2005 is to engage young people to think about cybersecurity through the creation of posters that will encourage their peers to use the internet safely and securely. We entered quite a number of student work into the contest, and this year, everyone did such great work, which always makes the choices never easy of which ones to enter into this contest. I want to give a thank you to my administrative team at the high school, Mrs. Ioko, Mr. Burgoyne, Mrs. Vitale, and Mr. Wasserman, who assisted me through this unit, whether it was proofreading projects or giving me some great feedback to make this unit stronger each and every year. I also want to mention that Mrs. Meller, our school social worker, did an in-class collaborative lesson with me on this topic for all of the students prior to creating their posters, just to continue to inform them on some of the important things they needed to know. So a total of 12 winners were selected from nearly 575 participants from schools across New York State. And for the second year in a row, Plainage is one of those winning entries. Tonight for Jackson, I have a certificate and a plaque that were mailed from the state a couple of weeks ago. I want to call Jackson up and congratulate him. This is his project right here. So we have a certificate that I'm going to ask Jackson to hold up while I get the next thing. Trust me, everything's going back in the box safely.
Wow. Hold it up. You want us to move for a picture? You want to? We can do it here.
Thank you.
This is yours. That's right. Now, this is the top.
And now it's for the retirees.
Hopefully, 1 second.
Jackson, I'm going to have you come on back up because we also have a certificate of recognition for you, the winner of the New York State Kids Safe Online Poster Contest, signed by our Board of Education President and myself. There you go. Okay, so now we get to honor and recognize our soon-to-be retirees. Let's see, I can pick them out in the crowd, maybe. We'll see, between teachers and support staff retiring this evening, we're looking at many years of dedication to Plainage, the students, and to the community. Having walked in your shoes as a retiree, I know what those years actually represented when I was working here, after all those years before. Your decades of answering calls before the sun comes up, emails, making sure that no child is left behind at school, because that's never good. Listening to everybody and smiling and keeping a safe place for students to grow and learn. To our retirees, you didn't just show up to the job every day. You built the foundation of this district. You've seen waves of students come through, walk through those doors, nervous children, and leave as confident as young adults. And you were a massive reason why this succeeded, and now they're your doctors. So just so you know, when you go retirees to a doctor, find out first who's working there. You never know, they're going to end up being one of your students. Depends on what kind of doctor it is, could be a little, weird. Anyway, so taking from someone who's been their life after retirement is a beautiful thing. Well, we're incredibly sad to see anybody go, right? And you're sad to leave in some respects. You're equally thrilled for the adventures that should be ahead of you. Whether the next chapter involves traveling or sleeping or, getting another job or whatever it is, spending time with your family, simply enjoying this well-deserved rest and a cup of coffee while it's still hot. These are some pieces of advice I have for you. Spend money on experiences, not on things that you can dust. Spend more time with people who make you laugh. It's cheaper than therapy, and it works surprisingly well. Believe me, I know, because I have a bunch of people that I work with here that keep me laughing all day. So, laughing is good for the soul. Stop arguing with technology. Your printer will always win. You don't win, the printer does, every single time. Treat every healthy year as a gift, not a guarantee. And remember that while growing older is mandatory, growing old is optional. So on behalf of the Board of Education, the administration, the students, and this entire community, thank you for your service, your passion, and your legacy. You will always be a cherished part of our district family, and always remember that retirement is not the end of the road, which in and of itself is a misnomer, but the beginning of the open highway. Please join me in a round of applause for the people that will be coming up shortly. And with that, we'll call up individual. Who's first? Who's up? Who's up? High school. That would be Miss Sight. Mr. DeRizzo, would you like to come up and
I would.
Okay, you would? Well, you don't have a choice. I asked you. It was a really rhetorical question. I should have actually asked that. Come on up.
Well, sit back, everybody, because I'm going to be up here for a while. I first want to recognize some retirees who could not be with us tonight. Two wonderful, one wonderful aide and one wonderful hall monitor, that being Veronica Malaria and Dana Doherty, just two outstanding people that gave so much to our middle school, and we're truly going to miss them. And to two teachers as well, Craig Ross, who couldn't be with us tonight. He did spend his last year at the middle school this year. Craig and I met many years ago, back in '99, as math teachers together at the high school. He was a brilliant math teacher, taught mostly calculus and pre-calculus. And I must say, I did learn an awful lot from Craig, and Craig is going to be missed. And secondly, unfortunately, Paul Busso couldn't be with us tonight. Paul had some family obligations. But I did want to read about Paul, even though he's not here, because he was just such a valued member to our school for so long. Tonight, we honor Paul Busso, an extraordinary social studies teacher who has devoted roughly 30 years to the students of Plain Edge. Paul is beloved across generations, the kind of teacher students never forget, and the kind they return to visit long after they've left our halls. Before either of us ever stepped into a classroom, we both spent a few years on Wall Street, and somehow we both found our way to Plain Edge, where our careers have paralleled each other from the very beginning. I learned so much about the middle school philosophy from Paul. He shaped not only how I lead, but how I think about kids, learning, and what truly matters in this work. He served for many years as our social studies department coordinator, welcoming new teachers, mentoring them, and modeling what great teaching looks like every single day. Paul is known for his calm, cool demeanor, his easygoing style, and his ability to handle any situation, even when he has to ask a student to leave the room with his signature line, "You need to leave and go to the main office with love." His former students have shown their appreciation in many ways over the years, including recognizing Paul year after year as a teacher favorite at the annual High School National Honor Society induction ceremony. A reminder of how deeply he has touched their lives. Paul is funny, kind, caring, giving, practical, and always centered on what is best for kids. We've shared great times and we have shared tough times together, always side by side, and through it all, he has become a very close personal friend. I am proud to call him a friend, and I will miss him very much. Paul leaves behind a legacy that will live on in every student that he taught, every colleague he guided, and every life that he touched. I hope you're watching. Tonight, we'd also like to honor Elaine Calseglia. Elaine has been a dedicated staff member who has given 26 years of outstanding service to our school community. She began as a hall monitor, later became an exceptional one-to-one aide supporting some of our most unique learners, and eventually returned as a trusted security monitor. In every role, she set the tone for excellence, even mentoring new aides at the start of each school year. I once told her she was the face of the building. And although we still joke about it, the truth behind it remains. Her professionalism, warmth, and steady presence have shaped our school in meaningful ways. Outside of work, she enjoys Saturday dinners with her devoted husband, Steve, and cherishes time with her growing family. She now celebrates the arrival of her grandson, Jack Harrison, welcomed by her son, Michael, and daughter-in-law, Hannah. We are grateful for her service and will miss her deeply as she begins this well-earned next chapter in her life. Probably should have stood this. We'd also like to celebrate Gina Persico. Gina began her career at East Plain in 2011 before joining the middle school in 2020 as a dedicated one-to-one aide. She has supported some of our more challenging cases with patience, compassion, and unwavering commitment. Gina is known among staff for her strong faith and for the delicious desserts she shares, especially her famous brownies. Her warmth and sincerity have made her a comforting presence for both students and colleagues. This year brought her tremendous joy as she welcomed not one, but two beautiful grandchildren, Giovanni and Julian. She looks forward to spending more time helping care for them in her retirement. Gina has always brought a sense of calm and kindness to her work, making every student feel seen and supported. Her steady presence and generous spirit have left a lasting mark on our middle school community. We thank her for her many years of service, and we will miss her deeply as she begins this new joyful chapter in her life. Okay, and we have two incredible teachers that we are losing to retirement, in addition to Paul and Craig as well. Tonight we celebrate Miss Karen Sprague. Stand up, Karen. Karen is a phenomenal teacher who has made earth science not just understandable, but genuinely fun for generations of students. Her classes were places where science came alive, where kids laughed, learned, and left feeling smarter than when they walked in. Karen has always done things her own way, and the magic is that her way works. Her style consistently leads to real, measurable success. Her environmental science students have cleaned polluted water, removed nitrogen from groundwater, planted nitrogen-absorbing gardens, and earned multiple awards for our middle school. She has led our science club with pride, taking students now for several years to compete at Brookhaven National Labs against some of the top middle schools on Long Island. Her students routinely take on high-level scientific challenges and hold their own with the very best. Karen brings joy, energy, humor, and a spark that makes every room brighter the moment she walks in. We started together at the high school, we became fast friends, and somehow we both wound up at the middle school together, and neither of us ever looked back. The Grateful Dead have got nothing on you, Karen, and she would agree with that. In retirement, she'll be spending considerable time tapping maple trees at her family's maple syrup farm in Maine, crafting the syrup, and most importantly, continuing to deliver me bottles each year. She'll also be found at various watering holes in and around Huntington Village, enjoying life exactly the way she deserves. Karen has given so much to our school, to her students, and to all of us who have had the privilege of working beside her. She will be missed more than words can capture, but we are thrilled for the adventures that lie ahead, Karen. Congratulations. And Miss Dina Chicalis. Dina is known to generations of students as the unforgettable Miss Des. A true institution at the middle school, Dina has served as a coordinator of our foreign language department for several years, advised the international club, and even split her time between the middle school and the high school when we needed her most. Many will remember the day a news station came to her house and followed her through a day in the life of a teacher, capturing the magic she brings to her classroom. Years before that, another news crew filmed her class for TV because when something special is happening, people notice. She also took on the yearbook for several years, pouring her creativity and heart into preserving memories for our students. Dina is famously frugal when ordering supplies, stretching every dollar like it's a personal challenge, yet somehow always giving our students everything they need. Her classroom is never quiet. Music is always playing, lifting the energy and getting kids excited to learn. And no one, absolutely no one loves pajama day more than Dina. She marks her calendar to make sure she never misses it. She has an incredible memory for students, their names, their siblings, their cousins, their entire family trees, and can recognize a child at any age, anywhere. One of her most meaningful traditions is having 8th graders write letters to their future selves, which she saves for 10 years before mailing them back. The responses she receives are powerful reminders of the impact she has had. Dina has been a constant, a force, and a beloved presence in this building, in the middle school building, for so many years. As she steps into retirement, she looks forward to spending more time with her husband and her wonderful son, Jack, who is the center of her world. Dina will be missed more than words can say, but her energy and the thousands of students who will still always know her as Miss Des will live on in our school forever. Congratulations, Dina. All the middle school retirees, can we all come up now? We're gonna do a picture.
All right. Congratulations. So just drop it at your house.
I know, you could.
All right, now jump.
You get the board.
Let's get yeah, just Joe.
You're up
Get the
there.
pictures up.
Oh, sorry. Oh, wait, no, you're.
Yes. Congratulations.
Okay, congratulations, middle school, for retirees listening today. You got another week or so keep coming back. Maybe we didn't make that clear. After tonight, come back again, because subs is short anyway. With that said, we're going to call up Mr. Cocorelli from East Plain.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Mark Cocorelli, I'm the principal of East Plain. Tonight, I'd like to start by recognizing one of our staff members who could not make it here tonight, Ms. Rosemary Bonserio, our library aide. Her daughter and her grandchildren are here today, and her son-in-law, but she could not make it tonight. But I would like to recognize her. We're celebrating Ms. Bonserio for someone who has dedicated 33 years of service to the students, staff, and families of our district. Ms. Bonserio was our library aide. For over 3 decades, she has been a constant presence in our schools, helping students discover the joy of reading, supporting teachers and librarians, and ensuring that our library remained a welcoming and organized place for learning. While many people see the library as a room filled with books, those of us in education know it's so much more. It is a place where curiosity is sparked, imaginations grow, and lifelong learners are created. For over 30 years, she played an important role in making that happen. Throughout her career, she worked behind the scenes in ways that often went unnoticed, but never unappreciated. From shelving books and helping students find the perfect story, to supporting special projects and keeping the library running smoothly, she approached every task with dedication, patience, and care. She understood that sometimes the right book at the right moment can make all the difference in a child's life. What made her truly special was not just the work she did, but the way she did it. She greeted students with kindness, helped them navigate challenges, celebrated their successes, and created an environment where they felt welcome and valued. Her impact extended beyond the library as well. She was a trusted colleague, a supportive team member, and a friend to many, and brought me many delicious snacks to eat. Her willingness to help wherever needed, her positive attitude, and her commitment to our school community made her an invaluable member. Fun fact, she probably checked in and out roughly 260,000 books in her time at East Plain Library. While we have missed seeing her every day in the library, we're excited for the opportunities that retirement will bring. It's a well-earned next chapter, filled with time for family, friends, and relaxation, and all the things that often get put on hold during a busy career. Ms. Bonserio, thank you for your 30-plus years of service, dedication, and commitment to our district. We wish your retirement filled with happiness, good health, and many new adventures. Congratulations on this well-deserved retirement. Let's move on to Miss Kimberly Haberbush. Come on up. So tonight it is my pleasure to recognize and celebrate the retirement of Kim Haberbush after 30 years of dedicated service to the children and families of the Plano School District. Over the course of her career, Kim has the rare distinction of teaching nearly every elementary grade and has made an impact in all the elementary buildings, East Plain, Schwarting, John H. West, and North Edge. Her versatility, commitment, and professionalism has allowed her to successfully adapt to the changing needs of students, curriculum, and education itself. Kim is known for her exceptional organization, strong instructional practices, and unwavering dedication to her students. Her classroom is always welcoming, engaging, and thoughtfully designed to support learning. She approached every lesson with preparation, purpose, and commitment to helping each child succeed. Beyond her instructional expertise, Kim has been a valued colleague, mentor, and team member. She has consistently demonstrated kindness, patience, and professionalism. And as education evolved over the past 3 decades, Kim embraced change while remaining focused on what matters most, providing students with a positive and meaningful learning experience. Her dedication has helped shape the lives of countless children and has left a strong mark on our school community. While we will certainly miss her presence in our classrooms and hallways, we are excited for this next chapter in her life. Retirement will provide opportunities for travel, new adventures, well-deserved time with family and friends, and maybe a possible new small business venture that she's planning as well. Kim, your impact on this district is impossible to measure. Schools are made of bricks and walls, but communities are built by people like you. On behalf of everyone here tonight, thank you for your 30-plus years of service, your endless dedication, and countless lives you have touched along the way. Congratulations on your retirement. And next, Mr. Gary Levitan. Tonight, we are honored to recognize and celebrate the retirement of Gary Levitan after 27 years of service to the students and families of the Plain Edge School District. Throughout his career, Gary taught at East Plain, John H. West, and North Ed, making a lasting impact on generations of students. As a physical education teacher, he brought enthusiasm, positivity, and genuine passion for helping children develop healthy habits, confidence, teamwork, and sportsmanship. Gary's energy was evident every day in the gym. He created fun learning experience that encouraged students to stay active, challenge themselves, and enjoy being part of a team. His commitment to students extended well beyond the school day through his coaching of basketball, tennis, lacrosse, and soccer, where he supported students' growth both on and off the field. Beyond his work with students, Gary was a valued colleague who brought energy, school spirit, and a strong sense of community to every building he served in, and some really good playlists as well. His ability to connect with students and staff alike made positivity every single day. Congratulations on your retirement.
So, John H. West and Sarah has us all off. I also practice that, but whatever, right? That's I mean, I practice wonderful.
Good evening. Susan Magny, come on down. Susan McInerney, affectionately known to her colleagues as Susie Q, began her incredible journey here in Plain Edge as a part-time reading teacher back in January of 1994. It didn't take long for us to realize she was indispensable, and she officially joined the family full-time for the 1996-97 school year. For over 30 years, or as Sue precisely informed us, 32.6 years to be exact, she's been the very heartbeat of literacy at John H. West. Hundreds, if not thousands, of children have learned to discover the magic of books because they had the privilege of sitting at Sue's table. Now, as a reading specialist, Sue has masterfully taught students their ABCs using a plethora of acronyms and programs. She has conquered Foundations, TC Phonics, UFly, and Wilson, just to name a few. But as she closes this chapter, I think there is a completely different alphabet soup of educational letters that Sue will be deeply grateful to never have to hear again. We are officially granting you lifelong immunity from LLI, APPR, RTI, MTSS, IEP, SEL, PBAS, and PD. Through all the changing curriculums and administrative acronyms, Sue has remained truly one of the calmest, most grounded people I've ever met. But then again, when you've successfully raised 3 sons, navigating a room full of energetic elementary school isn't a challenge, it's a total walk in the park. Sue, your patience, your warmth, and your unwavering dedication have left an indelible mark on John H. West. You haven't just taught our students how to read, you've given them a voice and confidence to write their own stories. Now, you and your husband are eyeing a beautiful new chapter of your own, including a potential move out of state. As you turn this page, we hope your next book is filled with sleeping in, wonderful new adventures, and beautiful memories. Wherever the road takes you, please know that a piece of your heart will always remain here in Plain Edge. Thank you for everything. Congrats. And this is Amy Wynn. Amy Wynn's journey began with us back in the 1994-1995 school year when she first stepped into our halls as a regular substitute. It didn't take long for everyone to realize that we absolutely could not let her go. By the start of the next school year, she officially became a permanent part of our family as an elementary teacher. For over 3 decades, Amy's been shaping the hearts and minds of Plain Edge's youngest learners. Looking back, it's truly impossible to imagine our school without her. She has quite literally done it all. Virtual classrooms, AIS support, general education classrooms. No matter the challenge, Amy can teach it all, and she does it with grace. But don't just take my word for it. To truly understand Amy's impact, you have to listen to what her students said about her this very year. Yes, I did ask several of them. She's really kind and nice. She's great with math. She taught me lots of things. She likes the Mets. My personal favorite. During writing, she really encouraged me because I know a lot about the American Revolution and she told me that I could do it. And finally, she never gives up when it comes to teaching us. Thank you for never giving up on the students. From your very first days as a sub in 1994 to this incredible milestone today, you have given your absolute heart and soul to the families of Plain Edge. You haven't just taught students academics, you've taught them how to be kind, how to be curious, and how to persevere. We are so incredibly lucky to have had you for all these years. Our building quite simply won't be the same without you. Seeing your smiling face every day. However, we know that Pat and your 3 beautiful daughters are waiting to embark on this next chapter with you, one that we know will be filled with endless social plans, traveling, and, as I learned, plenty of mahjong. We are deeply grateful for your dedication, your warmth, and your legacy. Congratulations on a magnificent career, and we wish you the absolute best.
Always get the rest of the program to come. We're going to call Mr. Parasso, who has somebody very special to speak again.
Come on up, Maureen.
Tonight, we gather to celebrate a truly remarkable person, dedicated professional, and a cherished member of the Plain Edge family, Maureen Ryan. Maureen's journey began at the middle school and continued through the years in central office, where she served as both purchasing agent and district clerk. Throughout her career, she became an indispensable part of our district, working closely with central administration, Board of Education to ensure that every process, protocol, and procedure was carried out with integrity, accuracy, and professionalism. The role of district clerk is often one that operates behind the scenes, but its importance cannot be overstated. The district clerk serves as a vital liaison between the Board of Education, district administrators, and the community. From coordinating board meetings, maintaining official records and policies, managing budget votes and elections, safeguarding critical district documents, never-ending FOIA requests, and administering oath of office, the position requires exceptional organization, discretion, attention to detail. And let's not forget to help with high school graduation, where she was always there to help with our caps, gowns, and sashes. Fortunately for plaintiffs, we had Maureen. She approached every responsibility with care and precision, whether it was preparing board agendas, ensuring legal compliance, maintaining official records, or managing district publications. Maureen's commitment to excellence never wavered. She understood that detail mattered. In fact, if there was a publication, letter, presentation, or document being sent out, everyone knew exactly where to turn. Maureen was our grammar guru. Her keen eye could spot a misplaced comma from a mile away, and she had an uncanny ability to catch things the rest of us missed. Many of us have benefited from a careful review, and many of us have heard the phrase, "Did Maureen look at this yet?" What made Maureen truly special wasn't just her expertise, it is the person she is. Maureen has always been honest, told you things exactly how it was, didn't sugarcoat things, and wasn't afraid to speak her mind. Yet behind that straightforward honesty was a heart of gold. She generally cared about people. She celebrated their successes, supported them through challenges, and never forgot the little details that make each person feel about it. She remembered birthdays, family milestones, special moments, and personal stories. She had a way of making people feel seen and remembered. In a world where everyone is often moving at full speed, Maureen took the time to care, and that meant more than she may ever realize. Beyond the professional accomplishments, Maureen's greatest pride is the family. She loves spending time with her wonderful daughters, Erin and Laura, her 4 grandsons, Hudson, Luke, Donovan, and Malcolm, who bring endless joy, laughter, and pride to her life. Anyone who knows Maureen knows how much she treasures every opportunity to spend with them and share stories about their latest adventures. As many of us know, Maureen's passions extend far beyond the office. She's incredibly creative, whether she's crafting beautiful pottery pieces, designing projects with a cricket machine, or designing projects with a cricket machine. She's competitive on the pickleball court. I think that's the adult dead pickleball court, isn't it? One of the beloved New York Yankees can always appreciate a great Broadway show or a Billy Joel concert. Maureen, the impact on the district cannot be measured solely by the meetings you organize, the records you maintain, or the countless documents you perfected. Your legacy is found in the relationships you built together. Now, on a personal note, while we get to celebrate the incredible contributions and career of Maureen, I need to also celebrate something much more sacred, our lunch hour. Now, if you know Maureen, she's deeply committed to being health conscious, except between hours of 12 p.m. and 1 p.m. Maureen, Tom DiRespino, Aiden, and I spent countless lunch breaks navigating the complex nutritional landscape our local fast food establishments have to offer. Maureen taught me that Taco Bell is actually the ultimate health food if you order it fresco style. I was not quite convinced that replacing a small amount of cheese with diced tomatoes would actually make a difference, so I continued on with my Mexican pizza. Although Maureen made sure I wanted to diet not to do it. Congratulations on your retirement, Maureen. You've earned every moment of it. While you'll be deeply missed and your impact on Plainage will remain for years to come. On behalf of the entire Plainage community, thank you for your years of dedication and your unwavering commitment. Maureen, I've got your final gift, a $20 gift certificate. Taco Bell.
All right. Just one more final point. Sorry if I have to speak a little slowly again. But I wanted to take this moment to thank Mrs. Muscarella for stepping up to be our superintendent. You know, when September came around and we were dealing with the tumultuous time, I went back to my notes and tried to think who was the person that actually threw out Mrs. Muscarella's name. And I could have sworn it was me, but the notes indicated it was actually Joe Garcia. So I'm a little upset about that, but it was a great suggestion and definitely not something that's normally done. At the time, a lot of names that came up were people who typically are on the superintendent circuit, as they call it. But we did do something out of the box, and I think it worked out wonderfully for Plain Edge. Mrs. Muscarella brought institutional knowledge to the district, compassion, understanding, and helped change the culture to a new frontier, which I think Dr. G, as he likes to be called also, will continue. But I just want to thank Mrs. Muscarella from the bottom of my heart for stepping up and giving us her time. She stepped out of retirement, obviously not being able to spend time with her grandkids and stuff, but to help this community who she served so well over many years. And so thank you, Mrs. Muscarella, for everything you did this year.
I am speechless, so but thank you. Thank you so much for the support and thank you to my teachers in the room who are amazing, to the administrators in the room who are beyond belief helpful and amazing. It's just been a really great end to this moment. Now we'll go back to Mobile, so if anybody's going there for university, graduate school of education, I'm in it. And I may be back supervising in your classroom, so thank you.
Two years I've seen these pictures. I've never seen it.
I used to like come rather than excited loudly. We do some lead refreshments out in the hallway. Let's take about maybe a 10-minute break. Invite everyone to join us and we celebrate our memories.
I'll let you know.
Moving on to routine approvals. Approval for the minutes of the March 9th, 2026 special board of education. Mrs. Versace, second. Mr. Morrissey, all in favor? Again? Or we chop it?
Yeah, 1, 2. Do it again. Oh, yeah.
So,
You want the yes?
who's in
With the yes.
favor? The yeses.
4, 5
Against? Abstain?
abstentions.
Approval of the minutes of the March 11th, 2026 special board of education meeting. Do I have a motion? Versace, second. Mr. Morrissey, all in favor?
All in favor? Motion passed.
Approval of the minutes of the March 18th, 2026 special board of education meeting. Mr. Versace, second. Second. Pascarello, all in favor?
6 in favor,
Against? Abstention?
1 abstention. Motion passed.
Approval of the minutes of the March 26th, 2026 special board of education meeting. Mr. Morrissey, second. Mr. Garcia, all in favor?
All in favor? Motion passed.
Approval of the minutes of the March 27th, 2026 special board of education meeting. Mr. Morrissey, second. Mrs. Versace, all in favor?
7 in favor, motion passed.
Approval of the minutes of the April 14th, 2026 board of education meeting. Mrs. Versace, second. Mr. Garcia, all in favor?
7 in favor, motion passed.
Approval of the minutes of the April 28th, 2026 special board of education meeting. Mrs. Versace, second. Mr. Morrissey, all in favor?
1, 2, 5 in favor,
Against? Abstain?
2 abstentions, motion passed.
Approval of the minutes of the April 21st, 2026 board of ed meeting. Mrs. Versace, second. Mr. Pascarello, all in favor?
7 in favor, motion passed.
Approval of the minutes of the May 12th, 2026 board of education meeting. Mr. Howard, second. Mrs. Versace, all in favor?
6 in favor,
And one abstention.
1 abstention. Motion passed.
Approval of the minutes of May 19th, 2026 special board of education. Mr. Versace, second. Mr. Morrissey, all in favor?
7 in favor, motion passed. I'm sorry, 1 abstention.
This is a
Yes, I'm
So,
sorry.
sorry, there was one abstention.
1 abstention.
Just as a point, typically we abstain if we're not.
But, or if you missed the open meetings, literally, we had quite a few meetings, recently.
All right. Do I have a motion to approve the treasury report for 2026? Mr. Garcia, second. Second. Pascarello, all in favor?
7 in favor, motion passed.
Motion to approve the warrant reports, 112, 113, 115, 116, 117, 119, 120, 123, and 125. Mr. Howard, second. Mr. Marcy, all in favor?
7 in favor, motion passed.
All right, moving on to discussion of the presentations. We have a few policy items, so I'm going to turn it to the off.
Yeah, yes.
So the big one, that has been a ton of work, thank you, Mr. Palazzo, coordinated all that, it went round and around and around to try to get it right. All these policies are gonna be first readings that I talk about. What that means is there'll be a second reading at the next meeting, gives everybody an opportunity to weigh in if anybody has any questions or concerns, and more than welcome to contact me or, of course, the president or vice president, but myself, Mr. Pascarella, Mr. Versace are all on the policy. So facilities, some points in that, that's how our facilities use our field and our buildings. We've tried to, we brought together those two things into one policy, which was not easy to do, but so that both buildings and fields are treated more or less the same. The process might be different, but whether you're an outside group looking to use a field or a building, the policy covers both.
All permits issued are non-transferable. There's going to be a master calendar so that administration can see specifically what or who is using any given facility. School will always come first. So if the school team's practice is running late or they need to field last minute because of a rain out, they will get precedence over any outside groups. Applicants are going to be asked to apply for the facilities 30 days ahead of time. And there is now a date at facility that you can apply for the facility. You can't apply today anymore for, next spring. You have to wait until it opens up so everybody has a chance to get their permits in. And then the administration, typically we're talking about fields, has an opportunity to parse that out. Athletic facility requests will go through the AD, building use requests go through that building principal. It lays out what responsibilities there are for permit holders. Make sure you pick up the water bottles is a big one. That tends to be something that people are doing a better job of, but we can always get better at. No bounce houses. That's a few places are still in our policies. That's an insurance requirement. No drones. No cropping open doors. The school superintendent in this policy has some leeway to provide exceptions to different parts of the policy, or at least overrides. So there's a little bit more flexibility. I think probably the biggest change is the percentage of your roster. If we're talking about sports, what percentage your organization has to be a Plain Edge students in order to use the facilities. We have really amazing facilities. Taxpayers have spent a ton of money. Our field maintenance people and our all our containers and custodians, all that staff is doing a great job of maintaining it. You don't want outside organizations, outside towns, outside kids, quite frankly, using our facilities because they're better maybe in the home district. Hey, run for your board, pay more taxes in your town, get those better facilities. So the way the policy reads, it's at 85% of your roster would be a Plain Edge student. That would include also, for instance, Girl Scouts, 85% of that to both. True. Thank you. That would be Plain Edge students as well. And lays out just what the responsibilities are. So I don't know if anybody has any questions on that.
Mr. Garcia, I think we would describe here as kind of formalized what's already best practices and being utilized in several other districts, and your point is to ensure that British taxpayers have focus on facilities that we've financed and that we've invested in. So
there's not a tremendous deviance from, and that's where Mr. Brazo put in a lot of work with the other people he was working with here in the buildings. Kind of what was past practice, and then making sure that there wasn't going to be any, extreme or fundamental changes. So if a league, I'm involved, my kids are involved in plenty of them. Really, nothing's going to change for them other than maybe how they apply for the permits or making sure they're on the right thing. I'm sure they are meeting up and all that stuff and have the responsibility at the field or the facility. But yeah, I would say to anybody who has a question, reach out, but there shouldn't be any real fundamental difference. We had previously been 50% of your roster or your roster would make sense to explain it. If 50% of your roster was Plain Edge students, you had the right to use our facilities. That's pretty low. Most schools are much higher than that. I saw a lot of 75s. We might be a little higher than maybe most of the neighboring districts, but we are getting kind of shopped out. People want to use our facilities. It was my opinion. I think the facilities we kind of went back and forth on what that percentage was. To be honest, I wanted to start at 95%, but that was a little extreme. But I think we were pretty comfortable at that. I'm sure we'll hear from somebody about something in there that maybe you should look a little different. Even maybe some of the board members, you guys got this, in the last few days. The whole point of the first reading and the second reading is have a period of time and make adjustments and maybe be able to talk about it.
To your point, it's always going to be very highly specific situations involving an individual team or an individual organization that can't possibly be foreseen. The policy, I think, has to be as well adaptable as possible, and that's why that's the leeway in there. Allow it to within the schools, against the exemptions and situations, or even potentially using the education as a qualified appeal in some of these situations. But thank you guys for working. I really uncomfortable with 85%, so also.
Right. So there's no vote, of course, we're just reading. Then there's a whole bunch of other ones in there. I'll do that a lot quicker. Doesn't really matter to most people in the community because it's more about just the process office in this batch. 6010 lays out who's responsible for the fiscal controls on the district. It's the primary responsibility of the Board of Ed, but also explains who's handling, who's the point person on any given topic there. Lays out fiscal responsibility for the role for the superintendent of the other central office staff, such as well as outside groups like the claims auditor, internal auditor, external auditor, and the audit committee. 6100 and 6110 lays out the budget process that does not just state law. Central office, of course, will draft budgets that reflect the Board of Ed objectives for the education of our students. 6150, 604010, and 6420 does more or less the same thing for budget transfers and authorized signatures, who does what, and online banking. Transfers between budget codes require BOE approval. We might have to come in for a quick meeting once to approve something, but we tend to see that stuff is caught early enough to be included in a regular meeting. 6600 is really just an update, matches the law for accounting and reporting requirements. 6650, 6660, 6680 updates and formalizes the roles and responsibilities to our different auditors, with internal auditors, external auditors, claims auditors. Sometimes you're not, well, maybe everybody else is clear, but sometimes I get confused, but got lots of audits, which is awesome. 6670 updates the petty cash policy. We maxed it out at $100, so that really makes sure that there won't be any issues at all. And provides a maximum of $100. I said that. 6800 is an update to the policy, incorporates all the updated state laws to payroll procedures. This was an area that Ingrid Smith and Marianne Sadowski over there have spent a lot of time just updating. They were pretty updated. So Peter, I believe, Mr. Praza went through these with his department. And although some of them he wishes weren't in there to give a little flexibility, because you have to name the people in some of these, which means you could be rewriting these constantly. They do match state law. And anybody have anything else with that? Exciting stuff.
I'm just very happy to kind of put things on paper, I guess, of what's being done and
Yes,
whatever the role
is
is.
to just get in line with New York State, since really most of them are just updating the policy so that we're compliant.
Yeah, and I don't think any of these were in response. Yeah, no, none of these were in response to any issue with the auditors flagging. They really were reflective of, again, how the department was running, but you can't just rely on the person doing the right job. It has to be something written that you can go back and look at. So the next person does it the same way. That's what we try to do. That's it.
That's great. Thank you, Jeff.
Moving on to the business section of the agenda. We have a motion to approve items 1 through 3.
So we have two walk-on items, items 43 and 44. One is a memorandum of agreement with CSDA for the Plain Edge Educational Secretaries Unit, and the other is settlement agreement with Plain Public Schools to reimburse parents of special services.
Do I have a motion to approve? I'd like to move to items 41 and 42. Legislative engagement. The other legislative engagement we had a chance to review last month and approve the terms. I would just like to have an opportunity to follow the same procedure for these to meet again on July 1st. And I don't think there's too much to it to wait until the next couple of weeks. It's a really legislative engagement. So if I can give that motion for the 41 and 42. Do I have a motion to table items 41 for the motion for the second? Mr. Versace, one for you.
Table items 41 and 42, all in favor?
Do I have a motion to approve items 1 through 40 and 43 and 44 as amended? Mr. Tomacello, second. Mr. Pasquarello, all in favor?
Kevin and David, motion passed.
You have something you want to do?
Yeah, I just wanted to acknowledge there are a few new staff members that are here in attendance today. Although we don't go through our PAR report announcing each individual, but I know you're here because you're being appointed, and it's an exciting moment to start your career. Even if you started your career elsewhere, you're starting your career here in Plain Edge. So we just want to acknowledge those folks. We don't go name by name, but congratulations to all of the new teachers that are here today. Welcome to Plain Edge. If you're joining our team here in Plain Edge, we look forward to having you. It's a wonderful place to live and learn, and you'll be very happy here in Plain Edge. Congratulations. Thank you.
Moving on to. Sorry. All right, we're up to part of the Plain Edge. Opportunity for board members to have on attendance, participation in the school and the community events.
So I think, as we've all seen from all the comments, it's been a very busy time of the year. Here planning to do all the events. I was able to attend the concert, administrative awards. We had the school PTA event where Mr. Sorella and Mr. Rizzo were honored by the New York City PTA for their service with the Lifetime Membership Award. I saw that I read they catch the varsity baseball, varsity softball game, and then the beginning of the baseball World Out Championship before the head about the and we'll have to make it like that for our cars. But as always, a wonderful time of the year here, with events and ceremonies, and looking forward to moving up and very nice. Moving up. What's the floor, sir?
Yes, Jim.
But looking forward to those ceremonies as we as the year comes to
Else?
I don't know. I feel like there was like 2,000 things I've been to already. There's 2,000 more. I do want to say West Field Day, they did a great job. The American 250 theme was awesome. That always makes me happy. I got over to the East Plainfield Day also, the opening ceremonies. It's the Leviton's last, it was like a Stranger Things theme, like the last thing. I forget it already, but it was awesome. It was fun to watch. It's fun to see him so excited. I did not get over to the shore on this year. I was there last year. I'm going to get to next year.
Anyone else? All right. Moving on to informational reports. Are there any questions on any of the informational reports? Okay. Moving on to the opportunity for public comment, all comments. Directed to the Board of Education President. We ask that you please limit your time to 2 minutes. And we ask that you please use the microphone and please leave the room. Okay. All right. Moving on, do I have a motion to adjourn the meeting? Monticello, second. Mrs. Marcy, all in favor?
All in favor? Motion passed. Then 9:05.
Once everyone have a good night.